Welcome to a very special Zach Collects. This particular episode is all about McFarlane and Spawn-centric figures. Look at this guy right here. I want you to see the level of detail, and then I'm going to show you something else that's going to blow your mind. This is the Creech 1.0. And oh gosh, I can't tell you when he came out. Maybe like around 1999, like 1999. Anyway, I think it was around there. I couldn't be 100% on that. But this is the first version of Creech. Look at this. Look at the tentacles. Look at the level of detail. We're going to go kind of quick here, guys, because there's quite a few things we're going to look at. We're looking at all things Spawn, all things McFarlane. So hang on tight, and let's go to Zach Collects. Okay, as said previously, this is the Creech 1.0. Lovely guy. We can all agree that is very, very cool. One of Spawn's nemesis, one of his enemies. This is the Creech 2.0. How about that? Take a look at the level of detail here. Oh man, fingers move, guns move. You know, all the fingers move actually. I'm probably going to end up breaking off one probably. But look at the paint. The paint's improved. Look at the level of detail, the level of sculpt. All, tentacles. Most of these are rubberized with wires in them. Take a look. Here you go. The Creech is simply everywhere in the... Anyway, nice base, too. The base is kind of rocky. Turn this guy around a little bit. Again, look at the level of detail. Holy cow. Is it any wonder an action figure geek like me wouldn't be in love with the McFarlane Spawn line? Goodness, look at that. Marvelous. Next up, we're going to move him aside. Next up is something that is kind of in the news these days because there's Mandarin Spawn, I don't know, would it be 3.0 coming out? But this is Mandarin Spawn 1.0. This is the guy that started the whole thing. He's huge. He doesn't even fit in this frame here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. You could look at the detail on him for days and not see everything. It is absolutely incredible. The paint on here, I don't know. I think even back in the day, McFarlane won some kind of an award for paint on this thing. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. Look at the face. Look at the face. That's the face only a mother could love. Just incredible. We'll turn him around. Look at that. Look at that. That looks like it's a real horn. This looks like it's real horn. It's not, though, of course, it's plastic. Look. Detail everywhere for days, He's got two samurai swords. He's got the great big spear sword thing, whatever you want to call that thing. Look at the shield. Incredible. Look at his chest. The teeth and the chest. Not very articulated. So the one that's coming out in his gold label rather, that's going to be pretty articulated. So that's this guy. In fact, I've used this spear here to prop him up. So let's move him along. We got to keep moving because there's lots to see. All right, I'm going to jump way ahead. This is one of the last Spawn lines he did. This is the Manga Spawn, basically 3.0, if you want to call it that. Kind of a smaller scale. Not quite. I don't really think he's quite 7 inches. He's kind of 6. He's got kind of a Speed Racer vibe going on, I think. The arms came off pretty easy. I did that on purpose to show you. Because they go right back on, but they came off pretty easily. Lovely piece, but it just didn't have the level of detail that some of his other pieces had. Like, I'm going to show you Manga Spawn. I don't even know what level it would be, but I'm going to show you this one. It's my favorite Manga Spawn. And we'll take a look at that next on Zach Collects. Okay, as promised. So All right, we saw an iteration of a Manga Spawn that was like the last iteration. And again, I believe that was the very last Spawn line that Todd did. This is the Manga Spawn that blew my mind and might blow yours. This guy is just so cool. And there's so many things going on with this guy that we could take a whole episode and talk just about that. But look at the sword. It is incredible. Kanji's on there. Look at the detail here. Very nice. And in fact, you could take his head off and you have the hamburger head inside. Put the helmet back on if you know what's good for you. Okay, so we'll put the helmet back on. And he's got, of course, the backpack is removable too. You can actually take this backpack, this bug-looking backpack off, and it becomes almost like it's a mascot with him, a little guy that flies along next to him. I mean, that's a figure unto itself. That's his backpack. Very cool. So that's that Manga Spawn. We're going to move quickly, like I said. This one, I got confused, but this is Cyber Spawn. This was called Cyber Spawn. This is what would happen if Spawn was a robot. Take a look at this. Look, I love these fingers. Is that cool? Is that cool? Or what? And see all the wires and whatnot. And after all these years, he's in pretty good shape. You know, if you don't know, I am a out-of-box collector. I like to take them out of the box, enjoy them, pose them, put them on the shelf. You got that bendy little tail here, and you can even take it off if you don't like the bendy tail. And actually, I don't like the bendy tail, but it's part of him, so I leave it on. Look at the detail here. Cyber Spawn. Lovely, lovely figure. This one does have actually a little bit of articulation, especially in the feet, which allows you to pose him. Cyber Spawn, very cool. Hey, let me ask you a question, guys. Do you remember Ashley Wood? Well, of course you do. Well, back in the day, Ashley Wood used to do a lot of covers for Spawn comics. And Todd McFarlane said, hey, you know what? Let's make some Ashley Wood-inspired figures, shall we? So they did. Let me move this one out of the way. This is an Ashley Wood-inspired Spawn. I've got 3 of them, actually, but we're going to see a couple of them. Look at the gun on that thing. It's so exaggerated, but look at the way it's painted. That muted color, that shadowing, that kind of smoky look. They achieved it because it's McFarlane, and they're genius. They really, really are. Beautiful figure. Look at the cape on this thing. Of course, we all know that Todd excels in capes. Look at the dimension of that thing. Pretty astounding. Ashley Wood Spawn number 1. Let's take a look at Ashley Wood Spawn number 2. Ashley Wood Spawn number 2, equally as impressive, I think. That's what he looks like in his face. And of course, he's got a great big gun. Very exaggerated gun. This one came with a base too, which is kind of cool. See that? Yeah, that's pretty neat. Love the detail. Love it. Love it. I'll turn him around for you. Yep, there you go. He's got that muddy, smoky look. It looks like it jumped off the page that Ashley Wood drew. It's that cool. So, while we're standing here, actually sitting here, let's take a look at something else. Completely different take. So, do you all remember the character Overkill? It was spelled Overkill, but it was pronounced Overkill. I don't know how we're going to get him entirely in, but I guess maybe I could back it up a little bit. Let's see if I can. There we go. Boom. There you are. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. There is so much going on here. Level of detail, just crazy. The scale is astounding. I think he clocks in at about 10 inches. I believe that's right. These are all metal chains too, by the way. They're all metal. All of them. And there's chains all over them. Yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces. I absolutely love this piece. I've made sure that he stayed just fine over these many, many years. If you get a chance to get one of these and you are a Spawn or a McFarlane fan, I highly recommend that you do. Overkill. I'm gonna get that Spawn, 'cause I wanna kill him. Hence the name Overkill. Let's take a look at a couple more things, and then we'll call this McFarlane's Spawns episode wrapped. Well, I must admit, I was a fool and did not get the 2-up version of this guy. The Wings of Redemption Spawn. Wow. Still another one of my favorites. Don't you love that? Look at the detail on this wing. Just look. So nice. Do love me some Wings of Redemption Spawn. Yep. You still might be able to get one of these guys. Once again, the eBays, that's your best bet. Now, I want you to take a look at something, too. Look at his face. You see the eyes and see the way the mouth is as well. The new Spawn, the one that's in Mortal Kombat, it must have been a Mortal Kombat design decision to change that face plate and the eyes. This is still my very favorite structure for the eyes and for the face plate. I just love it. I think it's great. Maybe it's nostalgia. I don't know. I mean, I do love the MK11. It's, absolutely. But this guy, whoo, and that face plate, beautiful. All right. Now, one of my favorite lines that Todd did was the Viking Age. The Viking Age Spawn. And this one here is, holy skeeters, I can't remember it now. Black Bart, I don't know. I forget the name of him. But this is the big bad. And there's also a version of him where he had a skull face. But this one, his face is completely covered. There you go. Take a look at that. And again, look at the level of detail. And here, what he did was, it's like the items, the parts of the body are sculpted and then they're attached to hinges and barbell and ball peg and things like that. And it was very innovative for the time that it came out, too. And this was after people saying, oh, his figures don't have any articulation. These things highly articulated. Lovely figure. Look at the cape. This is just the cape. It's awesome. And then, of course, behind him is Spawn the Viking Age. This is the Viking Spawn. And he came with a couple of different variants also. There's one where he is unmasked. I actually have more of the Viking Age, and maybe someday I'll crack them all out and we'll take a look at all of them. If and y'all want to, let me know. Comments below. This is a very cool figure. One of my very favorite iterations of Spawn is Spawn the Viking Age. And once again, let's take a look at some of the detail. Just look at all the straps and the textures. And yes, that's real fur down here. Everything's a little bit wet. I do apologize because we had to wash off the dust bunnies. Just look at the boot. Incredible. Wonderful. Lovely. Love it, love it, love it. And listen, there's something else I want to do too. I think that what I want to do is I want to have a giveaway. If I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will draw a name at random and you will win one of these vintage McFarlane figures. You got to help me get to 1,000 subscribers, though. That's what you got to do. This is for some buddies of mine, new buddies of mine, on the McFarlane Collectors on Facebook. This is Curse. This is Curse right here. How you doing? I am cursed. I am the cursed. I am curses. I'm cursed. Cursed. How the heck he can see? I have no idea. I guess he can, though, somehow. He's always smiling. Because, life's a bowl of cherries. Beautiful cape again. Look at that crazy cape, huh? How about that? Look at the back structure. Just the back of him. We'll take the cape off for a second. This is what he looks like without a cape. Here he comes, walking down the street. Curse. For all of his tubes and all of his pipes and all of his incredible paint. Very nice. And what would Curse be without his little minions?
I served the curse because I'm ugly.
That's one of the minions. And here's the other minion right here. Awesome. Just plain awesome. And they're always happy too. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, I'm going to knock something over here. Certainly I am. One more thing and we're all done. Okay, now I love my big figures. Oh, I don't know how we're going to get this all in frame. So this is A 2-up. Let's see if I can back up. Yeah, the other way, Zach. Okay, there we go. This is a 2-up, so he's a 12-inch fig. Would you just look at this guy? Would you just look at him? Incredible. Incredible. Look at the metal chains. Oh, I love me the 2-up figures. I'm so glad he's making another 2-up. Aren't you guys? Aren't you guys? Look at the cape on this one. Let me turn him around. Holy skeeters. Look at that. Look at his arm. The spikes. Oh, marvelous stuff. Just incredible. Now remember, if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will draw a name at random and somebody will win one of my vintage McFarlane Spawn collectibles. I absolutely mean it. I am a man of my word. I do what I say and I say what I do. Well, that's it for this episode. Boy, we've looked at a lot of stuff. I know you had a favorite or two. Again, put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe. This is Zach Collects. Have a great evening, day, morning, whatever it is you're experiencing, and keep collecting and have fun doing it.